Nada ain't got any shit on me. Heart throb with the team, we escape in the streets, travel around the whole world. I got sand on my feet, got your palm in my hands, calm in a palm tree. Let's build our own farm, run away like Sherry. I'm your cherry bomb, sipping on a cherry beat, getting freaky to the speaker, call that high fidelity. Now you hold back, no baby, tryna pull up in your driveway. They say your presence lately, but I gotta have it my way. Now you hold back.
All right, folks, we are live. So thank you, number one, for tuning in, guys. You guys have been awesome. It's been wonderful to have all of you here. Do appreciate it, and we do got some folks already in the comments saying hello. So and you know, one of the cool things that I wanted to mention is that this week is going to be it's been sort of fun because I got to do, so I'm going to pub a little something that I did yesterday. So if you guys did not get to check out yesterday, I did an interview with myself. I know, sounds crazy, right? But it was fun. We had a really great interview yesterday. We did. We had a great interview. It was fun, but it was, again, thank you, Doug. Thank you, Londa. JP, thank you for tuning in as well. All the wonderful people that always show up here. You guys are awesome. I love this community. And thank you, Monique, as well. All right. If you're checking us out for the first time, guys, head over to our YouTube channel, the Gabe Blue Experience, over on YouTube, of course. And if you're over there watching, like Yolanda is, hit the like and subscribe button. We always appreciate that. And also hit the notification bell. It will let you know whenever we are live, whenever we schedule new lives, and whenever we drop new video content on the channel. So if you're checking us out on YouTube, thank you. Thank you so very, very much. And of course, we are streaming on our favorite platform, LinkedIn. If you're checking us out on LinkedIn, thank you so much, guys. Oh, we misfired. That's okay. That's part of it. That's the whole part of having the fun. But if you're checking us out, guys, we do have swag now. So if you want to head over to our swag store, you can get some Impro Media swag. Man, we got hats, we got shirts, we got mugs, we got multiple colored mugs. We got all kinds of fun stuff over there. So if you're checking us out, man, do appreciate it, and go get you some Impro Media swag. It's fun. And of course, if you want to connect with me after the show, I will be hanging out in our Discord channel.
Release the Kraken.
Excuse me, if you want to head over to Discord after the show, we are there about 15-20 minutes after the show. We can do some live Q&A.
Release the Kraken.
We do fun stuff over there. Just hang out for a little bit after the show. If you want to just connect with me, you can head over there to our Discord channel. So thank you if you are already over there. If not, the link is in the comments. So there you go. And we want to give a little love to our design team over at Inky. There you go. They help with our design, and they've helped build my logo, our merch store, some of the other fun stuff there. So much love to Dana Fellows and Guy Graves and the awesome team over at Inky Black. You guys rock it. So, man, we got a wonderful show lined up for you this evening. You know, one of the things that I did want to mention is that yesterday we did something called our LinkedIn news segment. We got a few other segments that we're putting out there, and one of the things that I wanted to do was reach out to a few of you in the community here. We are looking for some collaborative partners to who might want to help do a few things with the show. Fun stuff. We want to do fun stuff. So if any of you want to reach out to me, please send me a DM here on LinkedIn. I will be in contact with you, and we'll talk a little bit more about what I have in plan in store, because this is all about having fun here. Not just having fun, but building a very cool, inclusive community of people who, want to contribute and feel like they're part of what this show is. I mean, I always say this show is about what you guys do here too. So I don't want to forget about you guys. You guys are important to what I do as a creator. So absolutely, I would love to have you guys join in and join in on the fun, because it is fun. We do a few other things on the platform that we're wanting to expand on. And for me, part of it is including some of the people that are in the that are here in the community that actually want to participate. So if you're interested, like I said, please reach out to me. I'm open to wanting to connect with some of you guys and see how we can include you in the show. It's fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. Trust me. We're only getting started. This is actually episode, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 15, 16, 17. So we still have 83 more to go. We still got a ways to go, but that's okay. We're going to do 100 episodes, and we're committed to doing the whole 100. And that's why I said we got to have, again, you guys here who follow the show, who are part of what we do here. I want you guys to feel included, and I want you guys to be able to come hang out with me and, again, contribute. I mean, that's where in the past, I've felt like I've had a lot of success in finding a lot of really great people who, come here in the community here. And for whatever reason, whether they just hop on a live or whatever, they come here and we're able to sort of work on things, and it actually works out that, they're able to do stuff on their own. So that's why I wanted to ask my community here to join in, be a part of the fun. So there you go. If you're interested, reach out, please. I would appreciate it. So other than that, let's get started with this evening's guest. So guys, I'm pretty excited, not just because of who this individual is, but because of what she does. And she's a live streamer like me. And anytime I get to have another live streamer on, I love to geek out on stuff. So you might get geeked out a little bit, and that's okay. That's what we love to do. So guys, please help me welcome to the show Miss Tanya Smith. There she is in the flesh. Let's give her a little bit of applause, guys, because again,
all right,
that's right. We love to make you feel welcomed here. So thank you, first of all, for coming on the show. I do appreciate it. We connected a while back, and then we had sort of messaged back and forth, and then finally we hopped on a call, and I was like, you know what, we need to be on each other's shows because we both do live streaming, and that's what that's part of what I do as a creator, as well as I love to see other individuals going out there and creating and sharing what they do. So why don't we tell us a little bit about what you do as a live streamer, and then how you got started in the live streaming game, because you just don't wake up one day and go, I'm gonna go live stream. That's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. And then get more advanced. So let's talk a little bit more about that, because
overnight.
That's a journey in itself.
First of all, thank you so much for having me, Gabe,
yes.
because we clicked like right away. So I love that I get a chance to be on your show. I'm Tanya Smith, as Gabe mentioned, and yes. I live stream, and my show is Stream Like a Boss at Stream Like a Boss TV.
Yes.
And the reason why I started live streaming, what I do basically is focus on how to encourage mostly women, women who are coaches, course creators, consultants, people who are in a service capacity. And a lot of us are in a service capacity, nurturing others. I try to teach them and to empower them to embrace their face, because that's something that has been really difficult for me to do. And I know a lot of other women, especially of a certain age. We tend to get to a place where we're like, I just don't want to put myself out there to be judged, or maybe I don't think I have a message that should be shared, or maybe I don't fit into what I see on video. And so my passion, honestly, Gabe, is to help other women to see themselves in this space, to see that they can use video to reach their audience, to see that they can create more in-depth, engaging conversations with people, to serve people in a way that maybe otherwise they would never have been able to do had it not been for video. Because for me, Gabe, you're right. I didn't wake up saying I want to be on camera.
Right.
I didn't.
Oh, and I got a question here. We can peel this back.
Yeah,
Because
that's a good question.
that is a good question to ask. How can you clarify live streaming? So live streaming has it does have sort of its pioneering in gaming, but
Yeah.
It's sort of like anything else. It's developed and it's sort of grown into what it's matured into what you're seeing here now. So live streaming isn't just about playing games on video. Now it's also a way to grow and communicate, and that was a big part of that was the pandemic. I mean, that was a big part of how we sort of advanced what we did as we did in education, as we did in business, as we did in any of it. So I think live streaming has just become a natural part of how we go out there and either do business, again, like what you do, and help empowering women and teaching them about how to build their own authority in their voices. I think it's now multifunctional, apart from just sitting down and playing Fortnite for 4 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
For me, it was about, what, I honestly, because you asked how I got started, I came kicking and screaming. And I'm serious because one, he said, enjoy it while it lasts. That was an intelligent question, by the way.
Yes, thank you, Dan.
That was a great question.
Yes.
I started because I was struggling to stay in the digital marketing game.
Mm-hmm.
I have been in business for, I don't know, since about 2007 without putting my face on camera. And I started noticing that there was no reach on Facebook and other spaces where I used to be able to really attract attention just with my voice, with teleseminars and with slides, right?
Yeah.
I realized that I needed to make a change and to do something different or else get out of the game altogether. I could not reach my audience. And so I started listening to a lot of the social media platforms, and everybody was saying, we want you to do live video. Well, of course they were saying that because the social platforms want more people to stay in their space.
Yes.
And they recognized an opportunity for people to stay longer on their platform because they were having conversations and chats and discussions. And right now, especially like you said, Gabe, I think the point was made about during the pandemic, the whole situation was such that people recognized they needed that human connection, but they couldn't physically be out to do that.
Exactly.
And so for me, I saw a great opportunity to do what I always say is if you do what others won't, you get the opportunities that others don't. And so I made a specific choice to do live streaming and to try it. And I said, I'm going to try it every week for a year and see what happens.
Right.
And it just changed everything, Gabe.
Right. And that's the whole thing about this is why I ask people like all the time when they're very wary of doing it. I mean, again, to pull back the curtain, I mean, Tanya joined me while I was actually talking to somebody about setting up live streaming for them. Yeah. And this individual wanted to reach out because he has a message of wanting to share what he does in creating content around being neurodivergent and ADHD and a lot of the things he does. And that's exactly what live streaming can be used for. Is that, again, you can start going out there and creating not just content, okay, not just content. Let's not get that, but building resources, that people
Yes.
can go back and learn from. And that is the power of what we get to do here as creators. Now, what I do it for is just for the creative aspect for it, but there are other ways to use what we're doing here now that can be just as, if not more impactful. And that's just why I say, if you're going to get started doing it, please do, because it has value in what you do as a video creator
Yeah.
is being doing that. So I want to talk a little bit more about that as well. But we do have a question. Mr. Robert Berry will answer. We'll ask you a question now. What do you think live stream? Do you think live streaming will replace or enhance otherwise traditional audio only media? And I don't know. I'll let you answer first. I'll let you think about that, or do you want me to? It doesn't matter. I think ladies first. So I'm gonna let you.
I think I don't know that it will replace it. I think that there's still a place for podcasting. I think that there's an excellent opportunity for audio only media because audio is portable, right?
Right.
You can still take it in your car. You can be on your way to wherever traveling and listen in and get the full conversation going, in your ear. So I don't think it will replace it, but I do see opportunities to diversify your content so that you can be able to take advantage of all aspects of media, right? Whereas before, and I'll tell you just a really old story, years ago when I was first getting into having my own business, I just wanted to create a little quick promo, like a little video promo. Even though I, was hesitant about the video thing, that thing cost me thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Talk about gas. Like I had to drive 2 hours to get
Yes.
to the studio, and they had to spend all day, setting up just to do a little 10-minute or less video.
Yeah.
And I'm saying now we have such an opportunity to be able to really just use video, use audio, use all the things. Still use text-based copy, right? But you don't have to limit yourself. I don't know that it will replace it in my mind, Gabe, but what do you think?
Well, and to be honest, I'm very much like you. I think it will enhance a lot of things. So I don't think it will ever go away, just like you said, because it is portable, and for a lot of reasons, it's the reason like why I learn through listening through audiobooks.
Yeah,
So
me too.
I don't think it will ever replace it, but I think it also adds another value to it in being able to not only create an audio medium, but also have the visual that goes along with it. So like in terms of, let me use an example of mathematics. So if you're teaching mathematics, right, you can have an audio version of what you're talking about, but sometimes people are also visual learners to hear that as well. So if somebody's showing you on a whiteboard how to actually figure out a mathematical equation and you're teaching them and educating them, I think it's going to become more impactful than just the audio side of it. But again, in wanting to create video that has a way that, again, like I said, it can become a resource as just as much as what I use it for. I think pairing both of them together just makes it a heck of a lot more flexible for how you want your audience to kind of learn and connect with what you do. So if it's the audio side of what you do, and you're able to get people who engage there, then that's the avenue to go. If it's the video side of it, like me, I mean, I think you have to touch all the corners when it comes to using live streaming in those sort of terms of like educating and, again, building an authority on what you want to do as a creator. So that's how I see it. So I don't think it's going away, Robert, but it's a great question to ask. So I got another one here before we go on. I think we'll ask this one. I'm thinking about live content, playing music, and then talk podcasts. Is doing both too much in the beginning? My goal is to be a boss and to share joy. So there you go. Why don't we let the stream boss answer this question, and I'll give my opinion on this as well. I like this question.
First of all, shout out Miss Yvette. I know you, ma'am. Look, you have a gift, and I think it's a great opportunity for you to combine both. But here's the thing I would want you to definitely think about is first getting really familiar with just going live.
Yeah,
like it's already a lot. It's a lot.
it is.
So the more familiar, and this is what I even teach my students, the more familiar you can get and the more competent you can get with the technology and with putting yourself out there and being consistent, right? The more you can add layers,
Yeah,
right? So I
abs-
don't know that you have to start out with everything,
no, absolutely
with
not.
all the things. What do you think, Gabe?
I'm like you. I mean, my thing is again when and we both have kind of coached other people and doing live video content
Yeah.
and strategy. But my thing is like, um, I always talk about like having a general idea of what it is you want to do. So if it's either pursuing one or the other, my thing is at some point you can do both.
Yeah.
And the thing is, but concentrate on what it is that you think will be the easiest for you to translate to an audience and then go from there. And I think after that, then if you want to go into like, so if it's for you playing music, because that's the gift, heavily lie on into that first.
Yeah.
And then go into the content creation part. Because again, I think you might develop two different audience streams in doing that. You might get people who follow you because you just talk content, and you got the people who just follow you for your music, and then you've built two different communities. So at one point you can actually merge it into something even bigger. I don't think you have to start in doing everything at once. I mean, you're going to have to invest a lot into doing that as well. So if you're doing this to music, it's like it's a different set of techniques that you have to do to record your music, to play it across, to make sure it gets out on the audio side of it. And then just creating content, it's like really starting out with just a general mic, your video, and then going from there. So, I mean, when you're doing video, it's like, when you're doing music, you have to learn how to, all your sounds, the compressions, everything that comes across. I mean,
Yeah.
and again, if that's the gift, that's why I say concentrate on that first. And I think transitioning into the other will be a heck of a lot easier. So if you get all the audio down and doing a music set, when you start creating content and start talking,
It'll be easy. It'll
it'll
be
be
like nothing.
it'll be like, I'm just talking here. That's all.
Yeah.
So there you go. And yes, JP, that's
Yeah.
exactly.
JP.
And I love that. We're lining along exactly what we were talking about there. But great question, Yvette. Thank you for asking that. You guys look, I'm going to stop everything. You guys are adding exceptional value tonight. I don't know what else to say except that. Thank you so much that you guys have been asking so many wonderful, brilliant questions. What you're wanting to do as far as like talking about this. So I want to talk a little bit more about what you do with your Stream Academy, because I love that you help women empower what they do through the power of live streaming and video. That's big. Because a lot of people, again, we create our own soapbox. We create a place for us to go out and share what we're passionate about, what that is. So, what were some of the past things that you or some of the things you've done in your past experiences that kind of helped you kind of put this together and realize that, you know what, I can do this to help go out there and coach other women in wanting to help build their authority, either as an entrepreneur and developing their business, those sort of things, because I think that is super cool that you do that. I love that you do that.
You know what? I did not. It wasn't a gift I woke up with. like I didn't wake up thinking, hey, I can just go out and teach people how to do video or even media. As a matter of fact, I started my business in career coaching because I had a human resources background, and I was working in a space where I was doing some education and training and even some instructional design, but it was focused more on a corporate environment.
Mm-hmm.
And I moved to Dallas. This is a little bit of my story. I don't talk much about this, but I'll say this. I moved to Dallas, and I I had just had my first child. Like I was a newbie mom.
Ooh.
And my husband was still he was not stationed. He was out of the military at the time, but he was still in Indianapolis and I was here. And what happened is we were in the mall, me and the baby were in the mall, and a woman came up to me and she said, "What would it be like if you had freedom?"
Ooh.
And I just kind of looked at her like, "What are you talking about?" Like, it's just like she could see through my soul. She could see. And I was struggling. I was struggling with the fact that I had made this choice that led me away from my husband once again,
Wow.
and that I had this new baby. I was this new mom, and I didn't look happy.
Mm.
And when she said that, when she asked that question, little did I know, she was asking me about a particular cosmetic company that she wanted me to become a part of. I didn't get it. I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And I laughed at her when she said it. And ultimately, I will tell you, after she asked that question, it got my wheels churning. And I started thinking and thinking and thinking. I ended up going into business in that space, but it wasn't for me. What was for me, and this is where I truly believe that the experiences that happen to you, they all happen to you for a reason. What ended up happening as a result of the experience that I had in that cosmetics company and learning how to sell, is that I learned what to do and what not to do. I learned that everybody with skin is not my audience,
Yeah.
even though I was told that. But I also learned that I had a gift. I had a spiritual gift of being able to encourage others and to support them to be able to do things beyond what they thought they could do. I didn't know I had that until I put myself out there, because I was building this business and recruiting and bringing in new people and motivating them. And I found that even though I didn't want to do it continuously in that space, Gabe,
Mm.
I found that I had a passion for doing it, and I wanted to figure out where the space was. Like, where should I be doing this if it's not here? And
Yeah.
that's what made me go out on my own and start experimenting. And here I am now, many, many years later, working with women to help them to really find their voice with video. That is,
Oof.
it's just, for me, it feels like something being birthed. It feels like, I can't even describe it, Gabe, but it feels right. It feels like I finally, after all this time, have made a connection with where I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to do. And I feel like people see and they feel that through video, that when I teach and I talk to the women and the others besides women who are in my space, I feel like they find this thing about themselves that maybe they didn't know was possible.
Yeah.
And that's huge for me. So,
That's amazing, though. I love that.
yeah.
Um, and like I said, again, what you've and again, you didn't actually. This is why I say, guys, when getting behind the camera and starting the live stream or doing anything like this, it's just taking that opportunity of doing something that is outside of the realm of what you're used to and what is normal and routine for you. Because that's when you discover a lot of things. That's why I said that path less traveled. You don't know exactly what's going to happen if you don't even take the steps to go down it.
Yes.
And for me, like I said, I again, I'm like you. My journey is very, very similar. I didn't plan on getting on camera and putting a show together and doing all this cool stuff that I'm doing now. For me, it was a challenge to do something again that I thought I could never do. And this is where
Yeah.
it's landed me, is to this point. So without taking that, and yes, vulnerability is strength. That is exactly so much truth behind that,
That's
Mr.
good, Carl.
Croshawn
Yeah.
Watkins. Yes. And again, there's trials and errors. There's a lot of things that are going to happen along that path. And I want to ask you about this because, again, it's not always just the sunshine and rainbows and people see the
Right.
successes about what it is. So what do you think are some of the things or experiences, whether you've had them or you've had a client, what are some of the worst things that people can do when trying to do doing a strategy when they're trying to build out a business or trying to start an entrepreneur journey for the first time, because like
Yeah.
I said, not all of us succeeded. I failed 3 times, so just so you know, it's not easy.
Whew, it's a loaded question because there's so many things. Look, and JP says you have an amazing sound, Gabe.
Thank you. I can appreciate that. I work at it.
He does. He does. I think that the worst thing